Hey, Doug. I just wanted to take a quick second, roughly about 5 minutes or so, maybe more, to go into your website here and do a quick review, some things that you can probably change up to improve more traffic. Get more people coming to your website, help grow your business a little bit. So, um, Nushake roofing is all over the place. So there's about 19,000 people or so in Ripon, Ripon. I don't really know how to pronounce that, but Ripon, California. And you guys originally started out here in Manteca after moving from another town, from what it seems like, and now you've moved to Ripon, which is actually a great location because you're in between Modesto and Manteca and Lothrop and all that. So it gives you a little bit more of a central location, but Modesto, you don't really have much traffic coming from this place, and this is probably the biggest area, out near where you're at. So I don't know if you guys are getting too much work from that area, from word of mouth. But if we come into here, I know for a fact you're getting most of your traffic from your namesake, from word of mouth, that's fantastic because that means people are talking about you. There's a lot of people that respect your business, and that's great. But basically, after we get down here to this keyword here, this is what people search for. Like it's a keyword is a phrase that people type into Google to try and find what they're looking for. But unfortunately, even though these are all buyer intent keywords, they're looking for your company to try and, purchase your services. None of them are just basic, searching buyer intent keywords. And by that I mean your niche, or in this case, roofing, like roofing, Ripon, California. That's a perfect keyword. But a keyword is all the words that they type in. So if they don't type in new shake before roofing Ripon, California, you won't see their traffic or their volume in this case through here. So let me get a little bit more into that. So if you come here to your number one competitor, Cal West Roofing, over in Modesto, from what I could see online, um, you've got Roofing Modesto. That's a perfect keyword right there. Roofing Modesto. There's about 70 people a month just looking for that, and they get 10 traffic from that. They get 10 people clicking onto their website. Roofing Modesto, California. They get 80 people searching that a month. They're in the fourth position for it. They just dropped from the second. You can see that here. So they get about 8 people or so a month. They do get most of their traffic, just like yourself, through their own namesake, but the idea is to get as many of these keywords that have really high volume to the first position on Google as possible. They only have one so far. If we come here, we'll find, yeah, they only have one position sorry, one keyword for the first position on Google versus you have a lot of, this is their website. It doesn't even look that great, quite frankly. Um, versus you have a lot of keywords to the first position, but all of them are your name, your company name, which is, that's good. It's better that you have your name in the first position than say somebody else. But like if we come down here to a certain position, Owens Corning, all that stuff. There's a keyword that you're in the 37th position for, I think I found earlier. New Shake Roofing, Ripon, California. I don't really understand how you have the same one that was in the first place or close to it on on the first page here, on this page. It's actually in the first position, but right here you're in the 37th position of Google, which is on the third page of Google. That doesn't make sense to me. But what we're going to want to do is find words like roofing Modesto, California, and get this from 36 down to 1. Then you're going to have a lot more of these 80 people looking for that work to be done in Modesto, and you'll be able to make a lot more money. I mean, even if only 4 people, end up going with you out of this 80, that's 4 extra clients a month. I mean, that's what, roughly 10,000, depending on what job they do, anywhere from 10 to 20,000. I'm just going to give you an average number, probably $10,000 a client. That's 40,000 extra, roughly, more revenue a month. So that's what we're going to want to look at. And the best way to rank these keywords faster in that fashion is to come here. So this is your overall website. That's how much traffic it's saying that you're really pulling, and it's lying, because if you go back to the keywords, there's a lot of those in there that are like 0.78, and you know 0.78 eighth 78% of a person cannot search for anything. They can't do anything. That's not really it. It's just a estimate, basically. 95 people aren't 100% of the time searching on your website, because you've got 0.82 of a person, 0.73 of a person, 0.64. You can't have half of a person here clicking onto your website. You know, your traffic can't be zero point 0.5. It's got to be solid rounded numbers. So 26 makes sense to me. 19 makes sense to me. This is 2 and not, you know, zero point 0.7 or 2.7. So that's just 95 isn't 100% accurate, but it is, you're doing a lot better than your competition, so to speak, over in Ripon and Manteca. So I'm not worried about those particular areas, but we can go into that a little bit more later if you'd like to. But what we really want to focus on is referring domains. You want as many of these high domain rating referring domains to be referring to you, and they have to have a do follow. Do follow or no follow means if they do follow, then that means they actually pass authority from their website to yours. So if they have 73 domain rating and they're vouching for you, they actually have your URL in their website somewhere on some page, then that means that they're basically, it's like co-signing on a loan. They're giving you their approval, and Google sees that. So it really, really helps boost authority and allows all the keywords inside your site to rank much faster to the first position. So, and you can't rank your entire website. You can rank each and every page in your website, but Google ranks pages. It does not rank websites. So when it comes to these keywords, this keyword will be related to the page that it's on. And that page, so to speak, will be basically, that page will be ranked to whatever that position is on Google. So that page, in this case, this page here is ranked position 1 on the first page of Google. The pages, not the keyword, not the website. Keywords are just attached to the page that they're on, so to speak. So keep that in mind. So if you have a keyword that doesn't quite make sense to your website that a lot of people are searching, then that keyword's useless for you. You want to get that swapped out. You want to kind of change up the content, see what's working, what's not. This is a tool I like to use. It's called Ahrefs. It's $400 a month. So I don't know if that's something you'd want to invest in later on, or if you get your own, you know, internet marketer involved on your team, so to speak. That's up to you. I don't know if you already do. You probably do, quite frankly, because you've got a lot of really good SEO already. And you've been around for quite a while, so you probably had the money to actually hire someone who knows what they're doing. But there's a lot of gaps and a lot of areas where you could definitely take over the market over in Modesto, which is a 200 and almost 20,000 population from what I was looking at. So if you have any questions, if anything I told you here was helpful to any extent, if you want to, you know, talk a little bit further on this stuff, ask my advice, please feel free to reach out to me with specific questions. All I do ask is that you leave a comment below this video and let me know what you thought. You know, if any of this information was helpful, please let me know. If there was something specific about it that was really, really helpful that stood out to you, please give me a small description of that. And I hope you have a great day.